Finger counting, or dactylonomy, is the act of counting along one's fingers. Though marginalized in modern societies by Arabic numerals, formerly different systems flourished in many cultures, including educated methods far more sophisticated than the one-by-one finger count taught today in preschool education. Finger counting can also serve as a form of manual communication, particularly in marketplace trading, including hand signaling during open outcry and floor trading, and also in games such as Mora. Finger counting varies between cultures and over time, and is studied by ethnomathematics. Cultural differences in counting are sometimes used as a shibboleth, particularly to distinguish nationalities in wartime. These form a plot point in the film Inglourious Basterds by Quentin Tarantino, and in the novel Pie in the Sky by John D. Barrow. A person indicating a numeral to another will hold up to their fingers to signal the specific number. For example, an English speaker will raise their index, middle, and ring fingers vertically to signal the number 3. For continental Europeans, the thumb represents the first digit to be counted, as opposed to the index finger in North America and the United Kingdom. The index finger is number 2 through to the little finger as number 5. Fingers are generally extended while counting, beginning at the thumb and finishing at the little finger. For example, Europeans would use their thumb and index, middle and ring fingers to express the number 4, whereas in North America they would use their index, middle, ring, and little finger. Finger counting systems in use in many regions of Asia allow the counting to 12 by using a single hand. The thumb acts as a pointer touching the 3 finger bones of each finger in turn, starting with the outermost bone of the little finger. One hand is used to count numbers up to 12. The other hand is used to display the number of completed base 12s. This continues until 12 dozen is reached, therefore 144 is counted. Chinese number gestures count up to 10 but can exhibit some regional differences. In Japan, counting for oneself begins with the palm of one hand open. Like in East Slavic countries, the thumb represents number 1, the little finger is number 5. Digits are folded inwards while counting, starting with the thumb. A closed palm indicates number 5. By reversing the action, number 6 is indicated by an extended little finger. A return to an open palm signals the number 10. However, to indicate numerals to others, the hand is used in the same manner as an English speaker. The index finger becomes number 1, the thumb now represents number 5. For numbers above 5, the appropriate number of fingers from the other hand are placed against the palm. For example, number 7 is represented by the index and middle finger pressed against the palm of the open hand. Number 10 is displayed by presenting both hands open with outward palms. Historical counting. Complex systems of dactylonomy were used in the ancient world. The Greco-Roman author Plutarch, in his Lives, mentions finger counting as being used in Persia in the 1st centuries AD, so the source of the system may lie in Iran. The practice was later used widely in medieval Islamic lands. The earliest reference to this method of using the hands to refer to the natural numbers may have been in some prophetic traditions going back to the early days of Islam, more than 14 centuries ago. In one tradition, as reported by Usayra, the Prophet Muhammad enjoined upon his female companions to express praise to God and to count using their fingers. In Arabic, dactylonomy is known as number reckoning by finger folding. The practice was well known in the Arabic-speaking world and was quite commonly used as evidenced by the numerous references to it in classical Arabic literature. Poets could allude to a miser by saying that his hand made 93, i.e., a closed fist, the sign of avarice. When an old man was asked how old he was, he could answer by showing a closed fist, meaning 93. The gesture for 50 was used by some poets to describe the beak of the goshawk. Some of the gestures used to refer to numbers were even known in Arabic by special technical terms such as kaz for the gesture signifying 29, dath for 63 and daf for 99. The polymath Al-Jahiz advised schoolmasters in his book Al-Bayan to teach finger counting, which he placed among the 5 methods of human expression. Similarly, Al-Thuli, in his handbook for secretaries, wrote that scribes preferred dactylonomy to any other system because it required neither materials nor an instrument, apart from a limb. Furthermore, it ensured secrecy and was thus in keeping with the dignity of the scribe's profession. Books dealing with dactylonomy, such as a treatise by the mathematician Abul Wafa al-Buzajani, gave rules for performing complex operations, including the approximate determination of square roots. Several pedagogical poems dealt exclusively with finger counting, some of which were translated into European languages, including a short poem by Shamsuddin al-Mawsili and one by Abul Hasan al-Mughribi, entitled Tractatus de Computo vel Loquela per Gestum Digitorum, which allowed counting up to 9,999 on 2 hands, though it was apparently little used for numbers of 100 or more. This system remained in use through the European Middle Ages, being presented in slightly modified form by Luca Pacioli in his seminal Summa de Arithmetica.